everybody, and welcome back to the Hilltop Pillbox here in Abbotsford, British Columbia, Canada. And we're just going to have a quick overview of what's going on here in the game before we start the actual die rolling proper. Okay, so see, I got these little buckets of water out here because there's fires, and we're going to grab these buckets of waters and put them out. Buckets of waters? Yeesh. Okay, don't talk early in the mornings. And the Japanese have brought their entire fleet down here, but then they, with all their money, they have Instafleet up here. They took back Korea. The Soviets have come down south here. The Chinese are there. The Japanese have marshaled their air force in Hong Kong and pushed out into Sichuan to grab some money. And a bit of a tentative move out of Calcutta, but definitely protecting their stuff. They got 3 more turns left, so obviously the World Oil 2 point is well within their grasp, so we're going to have to be careful about that. This is something I really wanted to point out, though. You see these pieces here, from afar they might at first blush look like British pieces, but they are in fact the Africa Corps, and this was sent to me by the one and only Panzer King. And I'll get the box out. So he sent this to me last year, actually, and I've been waiting to use it, and until the Germans came down into Cairo, couldn't use it. So you see we've got bombers and everything, and these are all magnetized, of course, as only Panzer King does with his beautiful artwork. Yeah, it's just wonderful stuff, folks. Oh, I think I put the wrong thing out. That's supposed to be artillery, not anti-aircraft. Oops. I just use 88s for artillery because that's all I've got. But then, of course, he's got the militia, marines, mountain guys, cavalry. He's got the little factories. So, just fabulous stuff. So, PK. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. And this is, of course, for the Global War 36. But I thought, what the heck? It fits on a BBR map. Why not? Why not go for it? And we are now doing America's turn, and then I'll do UK's and Italy's turn. If you haven't been keeping up, Italy did flip last turn. The British were able to take Italy with a lone tank, and the Italians have turned to the light side. Over here we've got the current money board. This might be off by $1. It could be 54. I saw on my board it was a little different. So, and Britain is really hurting for cash right now. Of course, we lose all the stuff in the Far East, and we have lost Egypt, and we've lost the Money Islands. So Britain's really hurting. I'm going to recount this, though, before I start my British turn, just to make sure that is correct, but I'm pretty confident that it is. The Germans have begun bulking up the Atlantic Wall. The Russians, in a nice cheeky move, sent their tank through, blitzed through Finland and into Norway. The Russians, though, took Leningrad, and you see a bucket of water there. And Archangel is now under siege, and a little bit of an air force there in eastern Poland. Bessarabia, though, 10 tanks. Eep! Right, lots of stuff there for the Russians to worry about. So, yeah, the Axis definitely are fighting hard here. We, the Allies, have some jobs to do today, and you can see some blue and red tokens out here, attack and movement arrows. So we're going to get to it. We'll get to the American turn in just a moment. With 73 to spend. I'm still debating what to buy, but I thought I'd get this out of the way so you don't have to watch an incredibly long video of all my decision making. So here we go. Okay, so I had to check with Hell on Wheels to make sure. So he could scramble these guys here out of that airbase they built, but they're not gonna, because I'm hitting it with 3 fighters shooting at 4, and the destroyer is going to come by out of 2. Alright. Oh, I didn't tell you my build. Anyway, I'm going to keep going because I'm on this side of the world. Over here, we've got the American bomber. He's going to come over here. He's going to have, I should put him by the 3. He's got 3 movements left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can go 8 thanks to the UK airbase. The fighters can go 6. So they're just going to have 1 left. And they're going to land in Finland.
Finland, Finland, Finland.
after this battle. So if you watch the Corporal Clegg's turn, the Soviet Union, there were 5 German transports there, and they ended up sinking a Russian sub. So we're going to roll that out right now. So this is the this one here is the transports. Here are the 2 fighters, and here's the 1 strat bomber. Okay. Okay, so 3 hits and nothing for the transports. So those transports are gone. All right. So we'll just combat or non-com these out of here. That's 3. And these fighters are going to land, as I mentioned before, in Finland. So 2 American fighters in Finland. And now we've got the destroyer. Oh shoot, I brought the wrong dice. I've got the jet fighters going on here. So I get 3 at 4 and 1 at 2, and his sub is defending at a 1. Okay, bet you couldn't have called that. Okay, so there we go. And the German sub is retired from the game. Okay, so we're going to take these off here and take that off of there. This here, this and this. Now we've got some non-combat movements going on here for the Americans. So we have got these 3 fighters, and they are going to land in northern Italy. Oops, boy, they're just kind of flip-flopping all over the place, aren't they? Okay, so 3 U.S. fighters have landed in northern Italy. All of this American contingent is going to come land in 95, and those guys are all going to land in northern Italy. So we've got 5 American infantry. Get these arrows off of here. 5 American infantry and a tank, an artillery, and 3 mech, all landing in northern Italy. Okay, and that's with a cruiser and 5 transports and a destroyer now in 95. Okay, then on the other side of the board, I'll show you my build in a second. The other side of the board, we've got our fighters. These 3 fighters here have a movement of 5, and the fleet has a movement of 3. Well, as you can see, they can reach there. So we're going to go all the way back to Hawaii. Going back to Hawaii. So 2 cruisers, 2 destroyers, 2 subs, battleship, 3 transports, and a loaded carrier, the Enterprise. And then, of course, we've got 3 men, 2 artillery, and a mech going back to Hawaii. And now we've got these fighters. So these fighters have some fun things they can do. They can move 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can land fighters on Wake. We can land fighters in Hawaii. Oops. And yes, another fighter in Hawaii. Tempting target. What could go wrong? You've been to Wake already this game though, haven't you, Mr. Japan? Alright. And then we've got our subs, and I'm going to actually go around to the other side of the board because my subs are going to be doing some fun stuff here, and we don't want to... Oh, I forgot I put a chair here. Alright. You think you got a lot of room, and then you put a 32 square foot map out. You don't have a lot of room anymore. Okay. So, we are going to send 3 submarines down to 26. So now there are 5 subs in 26. And we're going to send a sub out to Midway. We're going to send a sub out to 15. We're going to send a sub 1, 2, 3, out to 4. 1, 2, 3. We're going to send another sub out to 7. And 2. Yeah, that's good enough because then we can get into there. Now we're going to send 2 subs to Midway. Okay. And we got my 3 tacticals here. And the 3 tacticals are all going to fly. And they can fly 5. So 1, let's see, I did this before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these tacticals are all going to land on Wake Island. And you know what? These fighters that came up from Queensland, they're all going to go there. So I've got 3 fighters and 3 tacticals on Wake. Okay. All right. Coming around. Here we go. The IPC chart. And then over here. All right. So that is everything that America... Oh! Whoa. Almost forgot Buddy here. These 2 transports are going to come down here and bring 4 men and drop them off in the Casablanca region. There you go. All right. Now we have our build. Our build consists of 4 transports, 8 men, 2 artillery, and a strategic bomber. Okay. So, all of this, every loving last dime of it, not true actually, because it's crazy to do all that, but we're going to put the 4 transports here. Oh, and this comes to 72, by the way. I'm saving $1 with the US. And then we're going to take the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait. Error. Does not compute. I can't put them all there because I can only build 10 things, I believe. So, 1 transport's going to have to come back, and then we will build 4 men. We'll have to split these 8 men up. So 4 men and 2 artillery are going to go into San Francisco. Oh, and as a non-com, this guy's moving up to Western Canada, because why not? If you allow me to do that. We've been pretty lenient about stuff like that in this game, which is why it's fun to play these guys. Okay, so I have built 3 transports, 4 men, 2 artillery there, which means the rest of this has to go on the other side, which works out fine. So we got 4 men, a strat bomber, and a transport boat. All right, there we go. Okay, so now I have moved all the American stuff that can be moved. And now let's take a look here. We saved $1. Let's take a look at our cashola. And we are sitting at 50, of course, because of the Philippines, which will likely be in Japanese hands for the duration of the game. But we got 50, and then we get 5 for this card, we get 10 for this card, and 5 more for this card. So that's another 20, so that's $70. I saved 1, so we will have 71. So 25, 35, 45, 55, 60, 71. All right. A little less than this last round, but it's to be expected. As you save 1 round and then spend it all the next. All right, so we'll do a quick flyby on the US of A. So essentially our whole fleet moved from here up to here, so not really a lot of talking needs to be done there. But you'll want to take note of the 3 fighters and 3 tacticals on Wake. 2 subs in 25, 1 sub in 15, 1 sub in 7, 1 sub in 4. 3 transports, 4 men to artillery in the west coast. 1 man has moved up to Western Canada. Then we have nothing down here, nothing up this sleeve. And then all of our stuff from Africa, so 5 transports, a cruiser, a destroyer, has moved everything up to northern Italy. So that would be 5 men, 1 tank, 1 artillery, 3 mech. And 3 American fighters are there as well in northern Italy. We have 4 American infantry in Casablanca, along with 2 transports in 91, and then the freshly built transport 4 men Strat bomber. And then we have 2 fighters in Finland and 1 Strat bomber in Russia. Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. That is the extent of the damage the Americans can do at this time. And we will move on to China. Now, China has no dice to roll this turn. We do have $16, so we spent 12 on 4 men and 4 on 1 horsey horse. Okay. So our attacks are very basically this. Man from Hunan is going to walk into Yunnan and free that up. We have 1 man walking into Kiangsi. I'm going to take that. We have 1 man walking into Kiangsu. 1 man, I said. Listen to your orders. Walking into Kiangsu and taking that. And 1 man from Jihol walking into Shangtung and taking that. So that is a total of $1, $2, $5, $7. China goes up 7. So that takes us up to 20. The Japanese drop 7 down to 46. Okay. And the rest of the Chinese horde is going to stay where it's at, except for the guy in Shenxi is going to move there, which means, of course, I need to get another Chinese infantryman back into Shenxi. Okay, so there we go. And there you have it. We are good to go. We're going to put our build on in Anhui. The whole thing. Okay, so you've seen where the non-coms and the attacks went, so that's pretty simple. But now in Anhui, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 infantry, 3 artillery, and our Chinese fighter. And that's everything for China. So China now is collecting 20, but we also are now going to get our bonus for having Yunnan, which is a $6 bonus, if I recall correctly. I forgot to get the card out. Uh-oh. I believe it's $6. But again, there's so many games out there where you have bonuses for having the Burma Road open, that if you don't stay on top of it, there we go. $6. So the Chinese are going to have $26 to spend next turn. And just to be cheeky, we're going to do this. 25, 26. Look at that. Go China. So there you have it, folks. That's America and China. On to the UK. And there's going to be some interesting stuff. I know this one here was pretty vanilla. Not very exciting at all. But there you go. All right. Here it comes. The UK. Okay, rolling right along. So we have $33 to spend with the UK. We thought we had 31, but then I just took over the UK because of Detroit's flooding problems, and I get the extra 2 there. So 33, because the Soviets obviously are in control of northwest Iran, and I'm going to get just a tactical for 11. It means we're saving 22 because we're going to need it. For the UK after this battle, that's for sure. We're going after Cairo. Of course we have to, because yeah, and again, the beautiful Africa Corps stuff, right? It's kind of sad to kill it, but not really. So we're sending in these 3 guys along with these 3 artillery, so that's 6. But we're also going to bring over this here, and we're going to use one of these transports to pick up the artillery and drop it off. That way we can have 2 bombards with the battleship and the cruiser, and then this fighter is going to come in as well. He'll have 1 space left and all that stuff. So let's just get down to it. Sorry, a bit of a rush today. We've got a lot to do today. I want to make sure that I get everything done because I got to do Italy after this as well. All right, so we've got 6 paired infantry artillery. We've got 2 with the Strat bomber. We've got a couple of bombards. We've got 2 fighters and a tank. So that's my attacking force. Really looking for like 6, 7 hits here. I've rolled this out probably, well, at least half a dozen or more times, and it's 50-50 as to whether we do well. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's all right. So we got 6 hits on him, and I'm just going to use a die here. So we got 6 hits on him. Now what he has is he's got 9. I've rolled this out a few times, so I've got the dice already. He's got 9 at 2, and then he's got 2 more at 3. He's got 7 men, artillery, and a mech, and then his 2 tanks, of course. So here we go. Okay, 3 hits. That's a little less than what he normally gets, so this is a good sign. So I'm going to lose these 3 guys here. It's easy. Plus, they're the weakest. The bomber, I'm not going to lose. I've gone over this 100 times. Well, not 100, but a few times. It's like I gotta keep that bomber for next round. Then we have, so he's losing 6. I'm losing 3. Okay, well that's a pretty good start. So I'm losing my bombards. I'm losing the bomber. I'm losing 3 of my infantry mech. So I've got 3 artillery left. And then I've got the 2 fighters and a tank. Okay, that's not as good. So he's just down 1 more. That's not good. And then he's got 3. I'm down 2 more. So that will be 2 artillery. Alright, so I'm down 2 artillery, which means I have 1 artillery, 1 tank, 2 planes. And he's down to, I only got 1 hit on him, so he's down to that, and I'll get another green die. So that's his response. So I'm 1 pip stronger. Let's see if I can roll a little better than last round. That's a lot better than last round. Okay, that's a clean sweep. And that's it for the Germans. Well, let's see what he can come back with, because if he gets 4 hits, he keeps the territory. Okay, he got 2. So I'm going to lose 2 artillery. This tank, I'm not sure what to call him, but he's the man. He's the guy who survived in Italy, and now he's surviving in Cairo. Okay, so the Africa Corps, as pretty as they are, have been removed from Africa. They are no longer the Africa Corps, they are just the Corps. But it was not cheap. All right. Well, I guess in terms of actual material, it was kind of cheap. Oh, wait a second. I did that wrong. Wrong! I lose 1 artillery and I have to lose something else. So I got to lose a fighter. Ooh, sucks to be me. We'll take this one off. Yeah, because I only had the 1 artillery left. So I lost a fighter. All right. There you go. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So UK goes up to the Germans, drop down to 41. All right. So this fighter has a movement of 1 left, and he's going to move into Transjordan. And what you just saw was pretty much a reenactment either way of this battle. Every time I rolled it, it was really crazy. And usually it was like 1 or 2 units left on each side. That was it. So ostensibly I have 2 left because the bomber's still here. Now he got a movement of 6. He went 1, and then we're going to go 2, 3, 4, and then he's going to land at the air base in southern Italy. 5, 6. Everything else here, we're going to put this here. This here. Yeah, we just have to do this because of that bloody German Air Force. So we're going to do that. And we're going to bring this over here. So there's a Anzac fighter. And you know what? We don't really need Transjordan that badly. So we're going to throw the fighter onto there. He had 1 movement left. Okay. Well, that was a big deal. I'm going to tell you why. Well, obviously it's a victory point, so we can take that bucket of water off there. Oh, I told you about the bucket of water, I think, in my first video. So there you go. That takes 1 bucket of water off. That's all we can do, unfortunately, but that's a start. Now up here we've got 3 fighters in England. These 3 fighters are all going to fly 6 spaces thanks to ATC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to land them right there in Archangel. Bulk up the defenses. So there's now 6 fighters. A Strat bomber. It's not a transport. It's an actual bomber, so it defends at 1 if the Russians decide to take a poke at Archangel, which they sure might. Then we have a destroyer and a sub here. And we're going to send the sub right there. Wrong! Oh, wait. Is that... You know what? I think that's... I think that's a Canadian sub. Yeah, it's a lighter sculpt. So he can't move on my turn. So he's going to stay there. This destroyer, though, is going to come down into Gibraltar. And I think that's it for the Brits on this side. I think that's all that can move. Yeah, that's a Canadian sub, definitely. Definitely not Kmart. All right. Why am I over here? Britain doesn't have anything over here. They've been getting beat up by the Japanese pretty handily. So the only thing we have to do then is plant our tactical into the United Kingdom. So I'm going to take these things off of here. And we have our wrap-up. So we've got 3 fighters in Archangel. We have got a tactical. We've got our 5 anti-aircraft. Got some Canadians, some Frenchmen in here. And we got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 infantry and an artillery. We've got a destroyer down in 91. We've got a mech in Gibraltar. A lone tank in the recently saved Cairo. We have 2 transports, a battleship, a cruiser, 2 destroyers, an aircraft carrier with a UK fighter on it, as well as an Anzac fighter. And we have a UK Strat bomber in northern Italy. That's it for the UK stuff. Wow. We've been getting beat up pretty badly here, so that's all it is. All right, so I'm just going to pause it here. I'm going to do a quick count and make sure I've got the number right for the UK income. Okay, unfortunately, it looks like I'm right. So $23 for the UK plus the $2, so we're going to get 25. Now we saved 22, so that means we're going to have $47 to spend with the UK on round 6. So 47. So we've got becoming a bit of a minimalist here, I guess. So 35, 45, 47 with the UK. I guess I could use those. Well, whatever. Okay. So that's it for the UK turn, and we'll be moving on to Italia. Viva l'Italia with a little bit of cash. Okay, so here we are in Italy's turn. This is Italy's build. We got 29 bucks to spend. We're going to spend 27 on 9 infantry. And so far, so good. I can collect both of these bonuses again this turn. So that'll be good. We're down a bit from what we had previously, but we'll be able to get a few more bucks, hopefully. All right, we have a bit of a foolhardy attack. There's no doubt about it. This is going to cost us. But how much it costs us, I think, is, well, we'll just find out here. We're going to try to take a poke at the Africa Corps down here. So we're going to bring down 2 men on that. I'm going to bring down a Strat Bomber. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2. Yeah. Do I bring one more guy in, or do I just use the Strat Bomber attack? I think I'm just going to use the Strat Bomber attack. I know this means I'm likely going to lose 2 Strat Bombers here. But maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. Maybe he'll only get a couple hits. Wouldn't that be nice? But basically, these guys have nothing to do now except go back and cause trouble in Europe, and we don't want that. So we are going to do what we can to cause them grief here. So we have a bombard of 3. I got the dice ready here already. We've got 4 at 2 with the bombers and 2 unsupported infantry. Let's see if they can't get a hit. Oh! Oh! 4 hits. Okay, well, now I don't care if this costs me a lot because I just killed 4 German planes with infantry and these bombers. Okay, so he's got, I got his dice ready here. He's got 4 at 4 and 1 at 3. Here we go. Yeah, 5 hits. He killed everything I've got. 5 for 5. Youch. Okay, can he kill my cruiser too? Yeah, so he just lost 4 planes. I know he really likes his tacticals, and since the battle is over, I'm assuming he would. Yeah, so I'm assuming he's going to keep his tactical because I know he loves his tacticals and his target select, and he's got a tank sitting here. He can come and target select, so he might do that just to be a pain in the butt. All right, so there you have it. Talk about destruction this round, eh? Holy cow. All right. I'm sorry. I found that really hilarious. Even though I lost everything, I mean, I think that was pretty funny. Okay, here we go. We've got a, what do you call this? Anti-aircraft gun moving up to Venice. We've got 2 men. We're going to have one of them move into Yugoslavia. This is German, of course. So we're going to take that. So Germany's going to drop another 2. Italy's going to go up 2. These 2 Italians are going to move into Italian Libya. This Italian is going to move up into Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. This submarine, well, he can come through here now. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to put him there. And after that, that's everything Italy has on the board. So that's what happens when you do crazy attacks. And you give up all of these guys to the Germans last round. Alright, so our 9 build. We're going to put 6 infantry into northern Italy. And we're going to put 3 infantry into southern France. Alright, so going over what we've got a transport and a cruiser with the British fleet down here. We've got the Italian Libya. We've got a man in artillery. 1 man there. In Anglo-Egyptian Sudan, we've got a sub in 81. We have 7 men and 1 anti-aircraft gun in northern Italy. We've got 3 men in southern France and 2 men in Yugoslavia. And I guess I forgot to get this out here. There we go. All right, so that is it for the Italians. That's $17. And so we've got 17, and then we get both of these because we still have all of our original territories. And we also have that. So 7 onto 17 is 24. We saved 2, so we're going to have $26 to spend next round. So 10, 25, 26. A little less than this turn, but better than a kick in the butt with a frozen muckluck, as I like to say. All right. So there we go. I'm going to put that money there in Roma. And that's it. All right. So, yeah, lots of stuff getting pushed off the board today. A lot emptier here in the Northern African theater. So, yeah, there you have it, folks. That's it for Italy. And now we're going to turn it over to Corporal Clegg for Anzac Canarants. Canada's got $13. Anzac has $16. And yeah, they got some choices to make, some decisions to make here as to what they want to do. They're doing a lot of disruption on the Japanese. And yeah, they've got some mobile forces. So let's see what they do on the rest of turn 5, and that'll bring it to a close. And then we're on to the Germans, and we'll see what they have up their lederhosen. Oh, that sounds kind of rude now that I said it out loud. So, anyway, have a good day.